Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Buriram, and we're near the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Phanom Rung, which is this temple up on a hill. And there's a bunch of smaller little sites kind of around the area. The two main sites are Muang and Prasat Phanom Rung. Those are the two main ones. But there are some smaller ones here. There's like a firehouse, and then what we're going to look at today is one of the hospital temples. There was like 102 of them, I think, were built around the Khmer Empire. They built them for travelers to sit there and rest up and stuff like that. And they followed kind of a standard floor plan. They called them the arogyasala or something like that. And anyway, these were built around like 1181 to 1214 or so under Buriram VII. And this one here, it's not in fantastic shape, but it's kind of cool because it's, you know, there's just not a whole lot of them, especially in Thailand. But anyway, let's take a look and let's see what we see today. So over here, this is the little hospital temple. And the name of it is Prasat Nong Bua Rai. And there is another one that's a little bit further away from here, Kuti, Ruesi, Muang. That's the other one that has like a hospital temple. But there's just the houses and stuff here. The Thais are doing their things. What's funny is this is a chicken coop inside of here, so I hear the chickens going crazy. And then you see the houses built around. But let's walk down here and let's see a little bit of this temple. Yeah, and this is how I get to places like this. I just jump on my motorcycle and come over. So you ride down these little roads like this guy is over here, and you come upon stuff like this, and it's always fun. So right over here, kind of on the northeast, is a small little pond, and it's lined with laterite. Now they had like a certain regulation that they had to have, and they all had to have these ponds for water for the travelers to be able to have access to. They would have had a floor or a wall around it. That's part of the floor plan. Then they would have had a central lotus bud tower, and then they would have had a library over there. And it doesn't look like the library is intact. There is a ton of debris over here, though. I can see like the door jambs. I can see like part of the lintels and stuff, and here's like a pedestal for one of the deities. So this site hasn't been restored very much. I mean, just what you see here. It's off the beaten path. I mean, there's not any real reason for it to be restored other than just part of history just to restore it, but it's not where tourists are going to come, that's for sure. So this is kind of interesting. It has like a huge crucifix like pediment here, or pedestal, for like the gopura, the entryway. And so we'll walk up in there here in a sec. You can see some of the stone carvings on these pieces of sandstone that are over here. And these would have been carved during the Bayan era. And all the little details and stuff that they carved in, all the archaeologists can date them pretty accurately. You can see there's just rice paddies and all of that all around, and all the locals' houses. And then we'll go up in here. Yeah, I don't know what this is about here. I've never seen one of these at one of the hospital temples. I've been to several of these. Probably my favorite one so far is the one over in Surin. It was in fantastic shape, and it was just sitting out, you know, behind a locked gate. Nobody could use it. Okay, so they've added on what they call the Kuti Rishi onto the front of the name of the temple. And it's talking about the inscriptions with the nursing home, and there was 17 of them found in Cambodia and 4 of them found here in Thailand. Now there would have been wooden structures inside, and those are long gone. So this is the gopura, this is the entry, and it is on the east side. So you see the huge stones you got to climb up, and then most of the doorway, especially on the front part, is gone, and it has an uncarved lintel. And then you can see here where there was notches and stuff for other pieces that they would have stuck in. And this is all been added since they restored it a little bit, and they just kind of propped these up. So this would have been a little, had a door on the east, and they would have had a window on the north and the south. And then here's the little crucifix-shaped gopura, and that would have been covered over there. And this is all uncarved here also, same as over here. But you can see how they carved those stones. So they notched them, and then they had a place for other stone pieces to fit in. And this would have all been covered here, so you wouldn't have been able to look out. Yeah, kind of interesting, but just a small little, you know, building. All the wooden structures, the, you know, like houses and stuff like that, they would have long decomposed. The only ones that were allowed to be made out of stone were the religious structures, except for some of the stone bridges that you see. That was kind of an exception. So this would have been the little library over here, and then here would have been the center prong. And then there would have been the wall. The wall would have probably been like 1.5 meters to 2 meters tall. They're quite massive. And then you can see this is the gopura as you come in, and all the little notches that they carved into those laterites so they could move the stones around. Okay, so let's go up in here. So this has been really, really restored. You can see the new sandstone blocks all around the door. Just not a whole lot to see. The details is what is really fun to see. So inside of here, let's see if we can startle some bats or some pigeons. You can see here they have the low doorway. So the doorway would have been low intentional. That way you're assuming the bowing position. So you would have came here, and this is where they would have had the deity inside of here. And it's just gone. Locals have stuck a little bit of like ribbon and stuff like that, and burned some joe sticks. But it's so dark in here you can't really see much, and not much to see in here anyway. So you can see over here that big hole that they carved in. They did it on each side. So there would have been more to this structure that's not here now. And then there would have been all the little naga. You can see a couple of them right there. And this pediment would have had detail work and stuff. Yeah, just not a lot here. It's the fine details are all gone. But it is still, you know, a little bit of the region's history. But you can see give you an idea of the scale. That's one of the pieces of the laterite stones right there. And then they've carved all those others. Yeah, really nice. So they would have moved them in with elephants, the big ones, and the smaller ones they would have carried between a team of guys. And then over here, these would have been the faux doors on the other 3 cardinal directions. The east is the only one that would have been open. And then more of the laterite wall and stuff. Yeah, I really like going around here and seeing stuff like this. There goes the pigeons. And then this would have had all the styling. You can see another little naga there. And then the faux door on the west. Yeah, they do a nice job keeping at least cleaned up here. It looks like they push cows in to graze this grass down, which is nice. They can keep it from getting overgrown. I've been to temple ruins before where there's just trees everywhere and it's really hard to see it. So they might as well use it for grazing land and stuff like that. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole temple here. And then just right here next to the temple, these are their houses. So you got the chickens running around, just all kinds of normal stuff. A bunch more chickens over there. Looks like they got their cows back there, so they got their hay stored. Yeah, so they can push those cows right into the ruin and graze it down instead of letting the grass get tall. And it's just right here out in the middle of nowhere. It's you wouldn't even know about it unless you came specifically here to look for it. But kind of a cool area. Now that'll finish up a pretty quick video over here at this hospital temple, this Kuti Rishi Ban Nong Bua Rai, or whatever the name is. They add so much stuff to it, it's always confusing to me. And it really is confusing sometimes when you try to find specific information on it. There's usually very little in English. The Thai forms probably have a whole lot more, but I can't read Thai, so that doesn't do me any good. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the quick little walk around this temple here. I like seeing stuff like this. It's fun for me. And if you did like it, then definitely smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And if you're looking for different content, you know, not like soup reviews in Bangkok or whatever. I go out and I show you things that I see, things that are interesting, and this is interesting to me. And if you've been here or have any questions, let me know in a comment down below. And until next time, from over here in Buriram, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.